How old are you?
2.
You're 2?
2.
Yeah? What's your name?
Hey.
That's not your name. What's your name?
Nylah.
Nylah. Hi guys, it's your girl Nylah coming back to you today with another video. And in this video, we are going to be talking about Miss Nylah, my little 23-weeker. She just recently turned 2 June 2nd this year. So if you want to check out her beach vlog for her birthday, please go check that out. I'm going to link that down below and I'm going to tag it at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Like I said, Nylah was born at 23 weeks and 6 days. If you are new to my channel, there are labor and delivery stories and a NICU Journey video on my channel. I can link those down below as well. But this video is just going to be a little update. So, she was not on oxygen that long after she came home. She came home August 27th and she was off the oxygen by December, so that was like maybe 2 or 3 months. And I'm just gonna hit some major things with her. As far as being premature and delays, she does not have many delays. I can tell sometimes in the way she acts, she still doesn't act quite like a 2-year-old sometimes, but as far as talking, walking, like speech and things like that, she's pretty good with that. She actually did not start walking until she was like 15 months. So that would be like last September. She was talking. It's like she started talking overnight, I swear. Like before we went to the beach, she was saying, you know, little words like eat, drink, mommy, daddy, Gigi, uncle. Like she really wasn't talking. But now she makes complete sentences. Like she can say, mommy, I'm hungry, or daddy, I'm hungry. She can tell me what she wants to eat. So she loves oatmeal. She loves eggs. She is vegetarian, so she does eat some dairy products like cheese sometimes, but that's about it. She does eat eggs still, but she does not eat any meat. I try to give her like fish or shrimp sometimes. She's tried calamari before. But for the most part she doesn't like those things, so I don't try to give it to her. I've even tried to give her a chicken nugget before and she does not really like it, so I don't try to force it on her. My mom taught me to kind of make my own decisions, so I kind of do that with her as well. She really loves juice, which is hard because she does not drink a lot of water sometimes, so I have to kind of trick her and put more water than juice, so it still has like the little taste of the juice, but it's not water. Like I was saying, she didn't have that many delays. She was just really small. Like when she came home, she came home at the adjusted age of 34 weeks. So what adjusted means is the age she would have been if she was still in my body. The corrected age is the age that she is because she came out of the womb. So corrected, she is 2 years old, but adjusted, she's only like a year and a couple months. So let's say 12 minus is 8, so she's like 18 months. She is more advanced than an 18-month-old, I can tell you that, because she does tell me what she wants. She knows numbers 1 through 10 in Spanish. She can repeat pretty well. So if I say, Nylah, say uno, she says uno. Say uno.
Uno.
Dos.
Dos.
Tres.
Tres.
Cuatro.
Cuatro.
Cinco.
Cinco.
Seis.
Seis.
Siete.
Siete.
Ocho.
Ocho.
Nueve.
Nueve.
10.
10.
Good job, Muka. So she's pretty good at repeating me, and she's very friendly, particular when it comes to her. So as far as like being a vegetarian, she does have chronic lung disease, so that is one of the major issues that she does have still, which basically means that her immune system is compromised because she was born early. and it's very hard for her if she has a lot of inflammation in her body. So that is one of the reasons why she is vegetarian. If you do research, this is just my opinion and the research that I gathered, when you're eating, meat products and meat byproducts or animal byproducts, a lot of the times your body becomes inflamed. Now, that does not mean you swell up or anything like that, but it does mean that your body carries a lot of mucus. And with her having chronic lung disease, to keep mucus levels down, I do not give her the meat. Now, I do sometimes try chicken nuggets, or I've tried chicken nuggets, shrimp. She has eaten salmon. She has also eaten calamari before. And for the most part, she doesn't like any of those things. Like, I've tried to give them to her a second time and she doesn't like them. Now, she'll eat it one time and that's it. For the most part, she eats a lot of beans and she eats a lot of vegetables, and she does not eat the whole vegetables. A lot of the times I have to puree her food, like the vegetables, and then mix it with rice or beans or something like that, so she would eat it, or I puree it and mix it with pasta so she'll eat it. But she does have a pretty well balanced diet. I know I breastfed her till 6 months. Well, I didn't breastfeed. I pumped till 6 months, and then after 6 months she went to formula. She did not breastfeed at all. So after that, since I did not want her to have a lot of animal byproduct, which is like milk and stuff like that, which it does not settle well on her stomach, I give her cheese sometimes, but not all the time. I was giving her coconut milk and almond milk and cashew milk and things like that to adjust for some of the calcium and stuff that she took, which is crazy because a lot of people had concerns about her, diet and what she was eating and why I was doing this and why I was doing that. But I did it just because it was safer for her. I didn't want her to get used to something that was harming her, if you get what I'm saying. Because a lot of the times people will say, oh, well, your body just needs to get used to it. But I guess my view on it is, why get used to something that your body is rejecting, if you get what I'm saying. So I just didn't feel like it was in her best interest to keep giving it to her. So she's vegetarian for the most part, and she does really well with it. Her growth is on track for her being preemie. She is still small, so she still wears like 12-month 18-month clothes sometimes, well, all the time. Which she is pretty tiny. It's so funny when we're walking around or we're letting her walk around and people are like, oh, she's 1. I'm like, no, she's 2, because she can talk in full sentences, and they're like, this little girl's talking like that, she's so little, how old is she? She's 1. Like, no, she's 2. Which is crazy because her brother is almost as big as she is and he's only 6 months. But I think she just kind of took on my small genes. I am 5 foot, not get sick often. She may catch like a little head cold sometimes, but that's about it. And I just think that might be from allergies or whatever. But she's never had any serious problems. We haven't had to take her back to the hospital afterwards. And I think that is due to how particular I am with her, like as far as what she eats, where she goes, who she's with, who she's around. And that's only because I want to protect her. For the first 3 years of a preemie's life, most of the time that's when you need to set a foundation for their health. You got to be really careful with them. And with that being said, I do stay at home with both of them. I am a stay-at-home mom. And I think that also helps because she doesn't have to go to daycare. And that's just my situation, so I'm not trying to say that to brag or anything, but I think me staying home with her has a lot to do with why she's doing so well. Like, even when I had her, like, I was actually supposed to go to work that day, and I told my boss, like, I just need to go to the hospital to get checked out and I'll be in to work, but since that day I have not been back to work. So that was 2 years ago. I really put her in front of everything. So her health was a major key to me, especially because it's crazy. A lady at my job used to tell me about her friend who had her baby at 23 weeks. Like, I just think it's crazy that she used to tell me those stories about this baby all the time. So I kind of had those thoughts in my head a little bit. She would say how sickly he was, and I just knew in my head, like, I have to do everything in my power not to allow her to be as sickly as she can. Like, I always spoke over her. I always spoke health. I always spoke life. I always spoke intelligence. I always spoke those type of words over her. Like, every time I talk to her, I tell her how smart, how intelligent, how beautiful, how healthy, how strong she is, you know, which she is, you know. She's been through a lot more in her life than a lot of people have. And now she did have a PDA surgery. She still does have a scar from that, which a PDA is it's a heart murmur. In normal pregnancies and normal babies, when you give birth to your baby, that closes within a couple days. In her case, since her body did not know to do that yet, they had to go in and manually close it. She did take 3 rounds of the medication. I don't remember what the medication is called, but she had to take 3 rounds of that medication and it didn't move. So, you know, the next step was surgery. So but yeah, for the most part, she's doing pretty good. I don't really have any concerns with her. Maybe just being social a little bit more, because she does stay at home with me, and she doesn't have that many little cousins her age. She has 2. Her and my godson were born 6 days apart. He was supposed to be the oldest. And her little cousin was she was born in October, so she was a couple months after her. But she sees them probably maybe once a week, but that's about it. Other kids, you know, I try to monitor that because I don't want her to get sick or whatever. But I think her immune system is pretty healthy, though, you know, because like I said, she's vegetarian and things like that. But she is not potty trained yet, and she's still on this pappy. But I am trying to get to her adjusted age, as far as, like, she was supposed to be born in June. I mean, she was supposed to be born in September, and she was born in June. So I'm trying to wait till September to try to start those things, because that's when she would be technically 2. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much the update on Miss Nylah. Miss Nylah Rita. Nylah Rita. Mamacita. Can you tell them bye?
Bye.
Say mwah. Say love y'all.
Oh.
Say love y'all.
Oh.
You don't want to say it.